while. My name is Teresa Ward. I'm the MLA for Richmond Centre, and I'm so pleased to be your MC for this morning. I would like to recognize my colleague MLA for Richmond, yes, Linda Reid. Malcolm Rodi. Dave McDonald, Executive Director for Pathways Clubhouse. And the chairman, right? The chair of David, also for Executive Director. The chair for Pathways Clubhouse. Member of Pathways Clubhouse. Today, indeed, marks another important step in helping those most needed in the community. And it's through the efforts of our key partners that we are here today to make this announcement possible. Now I would like to introduce my colleague, MLA for Richmond, yes, Linda Reid, to make the announcement.
Thank you all for having us today to celebrate this very important funding announcement on behalf of Pathways Clubhouse Society. Premier Christy Clark sends her best wishes, as does a dear friend of mine, Rich Coleman, Minister responsible for housing. We are all strong believers in supporting projects that create safe and secure housing options for people in Richmond. I'm pleased to announce that the province has committed $12 million, an interim construction financing of $10.4 million to Pathways Clubhouse Society project to build approximately 80 units of subsidized units and low market rentals at No. 2 Road and Westminster Highway. Congratulations. The development will address an immediate need in Richmond and provide affordable housing options, especially for all of us who are struggling with mental health challenges. This much-needed affordable housing project is expected to break ground very soon and welcome its first residences in the fall of 2019. So not so very long, and I, for one, could not be happier. This has been a dream, not just of mine, but of many, many people in this province and in this community and in the City of Richmond. And the fact that it's coming true just warms my heart. On behalf of the province, I'd like to thank Pathways Clubhouse Society for your work to secure this funding commitment. This project wouldn't be possible without your commitment and dedication to serve the most vulnerable residents of our community. I would also like to say thank you to the City of Richmond for their contribution to this project. It is vitally important for all levels of government to work together, and today's announcement is a great example of what can be achieved when we work in partnership. One of our government's goals is to increase the housing options available. This project is an important step in helping those who are most vulnerable right here in Richmond. This is your home, soon to be your home, a place of regard, a place of respect and joy. It's an absolute pleasure to be with you today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Linda, for such an exciting announcement. Now I would like to introduce Mayor Malcolm Rodi to say a few words. Malcolm.
Well, good morning. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I just simply echo the words that have been spoken. This is a wonderful day in the City of Richmond, and it shows how when we work as partners, we can make some very good things happen. I would like to acknowledge and recognize our Councillor Ken Johnson, who has joined us here today for this event. Our city has a long history of supporting affordable housing projects, and they come in a number of different forms, from leasing the land to not-for-profit organizations, to utilizing the developer contributions in support of the development of affordable housing for low to moderate income households. Take, for example, how we, from the developer contributions, the city contributed $19 million to the Stories project, which is scheduled to open in the summer of 2017, and we'll have another word about that in a minute. We also contributed almost $25 million to the 296-unit Kiwanis Towers, which is especially for the low-income seniors. We also provided a grant of approximately $135,000 to cover some of the development cost charges for the Habitat for Humanity project for low-income families, which is located on Ash Street. These projects demonstrate the importance of working local not-for-profit housing providers as well as BC Housing to support future affordable housing needs. Affordable housing has always been a top priority for our City Council, and we're pleased to work with Pathways Clubhouse, a group whose mandate focuses on each person's strengths and their talents, offers hope, encouragement, and opportunities to people who live with mental illness. And in fact, Pathways has long been an active and an important partner in providing housing and support services in our city. You probably all know that Pathways is expanding and relocating this clubhouse to the Stories development on Granville Avenue, and that's going to be very exciting for us in just a few months as we open that facility. And Pathway also operates the 24-unit Alexander Court townhouse complex with support services for clients. Now, today's project is a partnership. It's a partnership between BC Housing, the City of Richmond, and the Pathways Clubhouse Society. And in addition to providing a 60-year lease at nominal rates, our city has been able to provide over $2 million towards the development cost charges, the municipal permit fees, and the servicing costs. And ultimately, we look forward to approximately 80 affordable and near-market rental units to serve the diverse range of households. About 25% of the building will be rented at income assistance levels. This development exemplifies an innovative, multi-stakeholder approach to developing important and affordable housing in support of some of the city's most vulnerable individuals, as well as rental housing options for low to moderate income households. So I would like to say a word of thanks to all the parties who have helped to put this very complex project together. We did it in a very short period of time. It just shows what partners can do if we work together as a city, as a province, other groups with Pathways Clubhouse, and if we can all come together and develop the vision to see what we're going to need so that we have an affordable city, so that residents of all income levels, of all demographics, are able to choose Richmond as the place that they want to call home. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mayor. Yes, the provincial, the city, and the private sector, we have to work together to make Richmond a better place to live and a place for all people who can afford a home. Thank you. Next, I'd like to welcome Dave McDonald, Executive Director from the Pathway Clubhouse, to come and say a few words. Thank you.
Good morning. Honorable Teresa Watt, Minister of International Trade and Minister responsible for Asia, Pacific Strategy, Multiculturalism, and MLA for Richmond Centre. Honorable Linda Reid, Speaker, MLA for Richmond East. His Worship Malcolm Brodie, Mayor of Richmond, and Councillor Ken Johnson, and honorable guests. Each day there are so many people around the world who are struggling to overcome the social and economic isolation that too often accompanies mental illness. But in Richmond, for over 30 years, Pathways Clubhouse has been providing support to these individuals who could have been alone, overlooked, and forgotten about. But now they have access to community, hope, and a future that's rich with purpose and respect. Pathways Clubhouse is a powerful demonstration of the fact that people with mental illness can and do lead normal lives, and through this model are able to obtain employment, education, and housing. We're very proud of the impact that we had in the lives of so many and the recognition that we received these past couple of years. This includes the highest level of accreditation by Clubhouse International, independent research revealing that every dollar that Pathways receives has a social return on investment of $14, and Charity Intelligence Canada recognizing Pathways Clubhouse as a top 10 Canadian charity. Our impact in the community is due to so many of you here this morning who have helped in a variety of ways. Our funders, donors, supporters, volunteers, board, staff, and Clubhouse members are the reason why a person living with mental illness in Richmond have increased access to meaningful opportunities that supports our members on their path to mental wellness. We're so grateful for the many years of financial support for affordable housing from Vancouver Coastal Health, Richmond Health Services, BC Housing, and the City of Richmond. And at the same time, our community still struggles with homelessness and access to affordable housing. That is why today is such an important day in the life of Pathways Clubhouse and our community at large. Because of the tremendous support of the Government of British Columbia, BC Housing, and the City of Richmond, today's announcement will result in people with mental health challenges having a safe place to belong, being supported, accepted, embraced as full and worthy citizens of the community, because they are. Because of their investment in this project with Pathways Clubhouse to provide safe, decent, and affordable housing, we know that even more of our members will have better employment results, decreased hospitalizations, increased mental well-being, and of course a home that each of them desire and deserve. Once again, thank you to the Government of British Columbia, BC Housing, and the City of Richmond for your incredible support. And thank you to each of you for attending this morning and celebrating with us.
Thank you for leading Pathway Clubhouse to provide so much leader service for those who have mental health challenges. Our final speaker today is Andy Birch, who is a member of Pathway Clubhouse.
Thank you. Just a brief story about how subsidized housing has benefited me. First, though, a little background on my life. I spent my childhood growing up in England, and for the first 13 years of my life was one of the happiest times I can remember. Things were ripped apart, however, when my mother came down with schizophrenia just as I was starting my teens. Her illness lasted for about 2 years until she took her own life. Those tragic 2 years left my brother, father, and me scarred for a long time. Thankfully, when I was 16, my father decided to move us to Canada. I thrived thanks to a new start in Victoria, BC, and by the age of 23, I had a wife, 4 children, and a university degree in physics. For the next 20 years, life wasn't easy, but it was fun. I worked my way through the copier industry, fixing, training, and selling copiers. Then life stepped in again, and I ruptured a disc in my back. The narcotic painkillers they gave me made me hear voices, quite the side effect, I thought. But after the operation, I continued to hear the voices, which became all more invasive in my life. At age 42, the same age that my mother became ill, I was admitted to Richmond General Hospital and given antipsychotic medication. This started a new phase in my life, coping with schizophrenia and the side effects of the medications. The kids had all moved out on their own, but my wife could only take so much of me and my symptoms. She divorced me in the 6th year of my illness. I moved into cheap accommodation with one of my sons and spent my days doing what I'd done since first taking medications, laying in my bed fully clothed with the covers pulled over my head. I made 5 suicide attempts in total over a period of a year, all done shortly after my divorce, all without alerting anyone. Maybe I was just not meant to die. I lived in a variety of other accommodations until my brother and ex-wife contacted Pathways Clubhouse to get me into the housing program with a subsidy. Within 2 months, I had my own rented apartment, but it still wasn't easy. I was still hearing voices, having panic attacks and hallucinations, which included watching people on TV talking about me. But the difference was that there was hope once again. Another 5 years passed by with a visit by my Pathways housing worker every month. She had always invited me to participate in the clubhouse when I finally felt well enough. So one day I took her up on her offer. Not long after joining the clubhouse, my stamina and concentration began to increase, and now 6.5 years later, I am volunteering with person and family-centered care, interviewing people who have applied for jobs in the mental health field at Vancouver Coastal Health. So much has happened in my life since becoming part of Pathways Clubhouse. I've traveled around North America and Hawaii, attending and presenting in Clubhouse conferences and performing accreditations at other clubhouses. I've worked in Pathways transitional employment jobs, which have enabled me to overcome my fear of traveling on public transit and started me on a fitness regime, which has been walking 10K every day whenever the weather's fine. One activity that I've always enjoyed at Pathways is giving tours. Whenever I introduced the prospective members to the housing manager, I would always explain to them that it was worth putting their name on the housing waiting list, even though there was a long wait. I once asked the housing manager if she felt that her job was depressing because she had to tell people of the wait. She replied, "On the contrary, you wouldn't believe the positive feedback that I get from the people who are already getting our housing subsidies." The change in my life and ability to cope with my mental illness all started as a result of having my own home. As of this year, I will have been in the same comfortable apartment, having the same great landlord for 12 years, all thanks to Pathways Housing Subsidy. Except for the 1 year that 3 of my neighbours replaced their carpets with hardwood floors, the stay has been just what my illness needed. And that was somewhere safe to come home to. When I was informed of what was happening with this new building for Pathways, I got quite choked up. Just imagine how the people who are going to be moving into this new building will feel, and how their road to recovery might be initiated just like mine was. Thank you everybody who's helping make these recoveries possible. I wouldn't be here without that help. Thank you.
Thank you, Andy, for sharing your personal story with all of us, and also your interaction with Pathway Clubhouse. I think Pathway Clubhouse is truly the path to mental wellness. So thank you everybody for coming here today to share with us, to join us for such an exciting announcement.